Ladies and gents, welcome back to the tube. Exposure is not ideal, there we go. Neither is a hairline. Ah, that's a good start. Anyway, today is a Monday, and today is a special day because it's the first Monday, I actually don't have uni, which is crazy. I mean, it's not that crazy, but it feels very strange. Just because I've got so much time to do tubes, which is why I'm picking up the camera, hopefully getting some more regular tubes out, but also it just means I can dial into content, into social media, into just fun stuff, and also obviously the coaching side of things. So a very exciting year / 5 / frickin' forever ahead. I'm really looking forward to taking you on the journey. I feel like you hear every tuber saying that. And anyway, today is a Monday, like I said, so we're in for push. Very much excited to lock it in because the last month or so, because I've been so busy with uni, with coursework, with exams, I've not been able to. So this is, maybe I'm going to call this the lock-in series, episode 1. I hope you enjoy. Let's go get some food.
Tell you what, the one annoying thing about being tall is when I'm filming YouTube, so I can't get the things down here in shot as well as my head. So now I've got to go mega wide angle, and then it just looks quite strange. But we're in for meal 1, like I say. 75 grams of oats, 200 mils of milk, 200 grams of some sort of berries, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and 30 grams of whey, alongside a pint of water to get hydrated prior to training, and also some salt. I've actually refreshed my whole training and nutrition plan. However, this meal is the exact same, and realistically, the rest of the meals are pretty similar.
Right then, boys and girls, welcome to the gym session. Welcome to push. Starting off with the cable ab crunch, however. I'm basically just going to go through the session, give you a little bit of an insight into the programming, into thought processes through each exercise, and hopefully give you some tips that you can take away. So like I say, starting off with the machine ab crunch. I personally prefer this to a cable ab crunch just because it allows you to really feel a good stretch in that lengthy position, so right at the top. And also, it just feels a little bit more natural. It's quite hard to actually master that movement of a cable ab crunch. So 3 sets here. I like to work in that sort of 8 to 12 rep range. I find anything lower, I just end up pulling through with my elbows and kind of engaging my lats. Next up, we have the seated lateral raise or machine lateral raise. This is Nautilus as well. I probably prefer a cable lateral raise here, to be honest, just because it allows you to get into a little bit more of a stretch position. Here, it's a little bit too wide, and I mean, I'm 6'6", so for most people, this is probably going to be too wide as well, unless you're some absolute behemoth. General cues on here, slightly allowing my arm to be in front of my body. I just find it aligns a little bit better with my side delt, and also just feels a little bit more natural, a little bit more comfortable. And also you can see on this machine, there's a little dot just behind my shoulder, and that's the axis. That's where the machine rotates around. So if you're on a machine like this, you really want to be trying to align with the axis, just like you would be doing on a leg extension or on a hamstring curl, aligning that joint with where the machine turns around so that it works nicely with you. After this, we've got Nautilus again for the 3rd time in a row, overhead press here. To be honest, I don't think I'm going to carry on with this. You can see from the video, I'm just not aligning with it very well. My elbows often end up outside that path of motion, which just makes me weaker. I'm not pressing in the right direction. So obviously you're going to be pretty weak if you're doing that. And because of that, it just doesn't feel very natural. It doesn't feel like I'm getting much load through my front delt. To be fair, I did actually get a load of upper pec with this, but I think there is probably better options. Second press of the day, incline Smith machine press. You can see this is a super low incline, like 15 degrees. I took off the pump cover too early here. My arms are not looking optimal. But in the next exercise, look freaking wham. So you win some, you lose some. But again, 2 sets here. We had 2 sets on the previous press, 2 sets here. This one I work with a 6 to 10 rep range, and then the back off set is a little bit higher, sort of 10 to 15. I personally find for me, If I go super low on presses, I just don't get a very good connection at all, and my progress actually stalls very, very quickly. So takeaway from here, I guess, is make sure your rep ranges are backed by science. So if you're trying to grow muscle, you should probably be working somewhere between, let's say, 5 and 25 reps, something along those lines. So you've got a really big spectrum to play with. So I guess just make sure that spectrum works for you for that individual exercise. And I think certain exercises lead themselves to a lower rep range. Like for me, I prefer doing lower rep range hip hinges, but for a lateral raise or a press, I prefer slightly higher rep ranges. And then we actually finished off the chest work with a cable fly, just the 2 sets there, which again, I worked slightly higher rep ranges, and then finishing off the session with some arms, tricep press down before this incline curl, and then finishing off with the incline curl with a couple of lengthened range partials to finish off. Actually, the 3rd set of that dumbbell, incline dumbbell curl, I like to do purely lengthened range partials. So just working from the very bottom of the rep up to about halfway. Honestly, just give it a go. I get an absolutely outrageous pump from it. And even if there's reasonable evidence now that doing lengthened range partials is going to be good, but I still think you've got to be a little bit anecdotal with it and test it yourself and see how you feel. And with this exercise particularly, my arms literally go red after doing lengthened range partials on the incline curl. So test it out, give it a go, and I think you will probably like it. So yeah, that is pretty much the YouTube finished. Episode 1 of the Locked In series. I still need to decide if I'm actually going to use that name. So I guess you'll see by the title of this. But I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed the voiceover. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you very shortly in the next tube.